Hello, I'm Sal Espinoza, and today I want to talk with you about a profession that quietly holds society together, about the insurance industry. Most people don't realize this, but insurance is one of the most powerful financial engines in the world. In terms of cash flow, assets, and long-term impact, it stands right alongside industries like technology and energy. Insurance exists for a reason. The idea of sharing risk goes back thousands of years. It allowed people to trade, to build, to take chances, and recover when things went wrong. Insurance is the promise. Adjusters are the delivery of that promise. When a business burns down, when a worker gets hurt, when a family loses their home, the adjuster brings stability. This isn't just a job, it's meaningful work. Let me give you a little perspective. In 2024, globally, property and casualty insurance premiums grew by hundreds of billions of dollars in a single year. The global insurance market now measures in trillions of dollars. This is not a small industry. It's part of the foundation of modern life. And when financial crises hit, when natural disasters strike, insurance is often the quiet force that holds things together. It keeps families afloat, businesses alive, communities standing. Here is something else most people never hear. You don't need a college degree to enter this profession. Most adjusters don't start out with one. They learn on the job. That means no student debt, no years spent waiting to earn money, no closed doors. Just effort, learning, and accountability. That's a rare opportunity you don't find in many careers. And here's a bigger issue. A large part of the workforce is retiring. And when experienced adjusters leave, they don't just take a job title with them. They take decades of judgment, experience, and knowledge you can't automate. That creates a simple reality. When demand exceeds supply, opportunity follows. Let's talk about what adjusters really do. It's not a profession most people think about. And when they do, it's often misunderstood. Because we don't just process claims, we repair society. We help people rebuild after fires, after accidents, after injuries, after losses that change their lives forever. On someone's worst day, when everything feels uncertain, an adjuster shows up. With judgment, with fairness, with calm. And that matters more than most people will ever know. Adjusters don't chase headlines. They're not flashy. They're not loud. They don't seek attention. But what they do is step in when something goes wrong and help put things back together. Let me slow down a moment and tell you why I'm talking to you. I've spent more than 40 years in the insurance industry. I've been an adjuster, a recruiter, a mentor, and educator. And I've had a front row seat as this profession has changed, evolved, and in many ways slipped quietly out of public view. And yet, for reasons worth talking about, that's not how the public usually sees this profession. For decades, this profession was built on judgment, integrity, and accountability. Adjusters were trained to weigh facts, apply policy, and make decisions that were fair, not just fast. But somewhere along the way, the perception of this profession began to change. Claims became more complex. Technology accelerated everything. And speed slowly started to outweigh understanding. The public conversation shifted. And adjusting became viewed less as a profession and more as a process. That shift didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't caused by adjusters themselves. It was the result of a system, pressures, and incentives that changed how the work was done. And yet, despite all that, the heart of the profession never disappeared. Because adjusting still requires judgment, it still requires human discernment, and it still requires people who understand that real lives sit behind every claim file. Depending on how you measure it, insurance touches nearly every aspect of modern life, from homes and vehicles to healthcare and employment. And adjusters sit at the center of that system. When they do their job well, communities recover faster, disputes are resolved more fairly, and trust is preserved. Success often hides in plain sight. Insurance adjusting is one of those places. Adjusters Academy is a place where adjusters can lead, learn, and grow, not just technically, but professionally. If this conversation resonates with you, stay with me. I'll walk you through this industry the way very few people ever get to see it. We'll talk about the work, the challenges, and the responsibilities that come with them. Not from theory, but from lived experience, shared honestly. We'll keep pulling back the curtain one conversation at a time. I'm Sal Espinoza, and thank you for listening.